Welcome back everyone to River and Sea, where today we are heading for Caras Gelebren, though it looks like there is an uruk barring our way. Well, I did hear that uruks were on their way to Caras Gelebren, so I suppose that shouldn't be all that unusual. But I went at the ford a couple of rivers in order to get there. So I'll continue along my way, and I think that's Caras Gelebren up ahead. So let's find out, why are the uruks interested in this old elven ruin? I'm sure there must be some reason for it. And I mean more of a reason than simply Saruman told them to do so, because there had to be a reason why Saruman told them to do so. So it looks like I found the ruined city, and yep, it is definitely an elven ruin. Well, I am sure that our target is somewhere in here. Ah! A campsite. Hello there?
How can I be of service?
That's enough service for the moment. Here we go. Hello. Well, I'll try to get this right. You say you bring word from an elder. I haven't spoken with him since he left us, disgraced by the breaking of his oath. We were friends once and grew up together in Tornhod, but he proved faithless. I'm surprised by only this, that he hadn't turned brigand, as we all assumed. Perhaps this as well, that he sends you with a message of warning. What cares he for the folk of this land, or of any other? Still, the message that you bring arrives late. We've been watching uruks moving behind the walls of Caras Gelebren for several days now. They're looking for something, but what that might be we have yet to discover. I encourage you to climb the sloping path to the southeast that leads up to the ruins. Perhaps you'll find something that we haven't. Alright, fine. I suppose I can do that? Oh, what else you need me to do?
I have been keeping watch over these lands for quite some time.
Many
And it
travelers
troubles me
have
that the
been
shadow grows bolder.
Many travelers have been attacked by wargs of late. I have been keeping watch over these lands for quite some time, and it troubles me that the shadow grows bolder. We must be vigilant, or the shadow will consume us all. I'll ask that you investigate the hills to the north across the river. That's the site of our most recent attack. You will most likely find wargs, and when you do, eliminate them. Rumors have spread, and I fear that the White Hand approaches. Well, oh, that's a bit of a problem. What else have we got here?
Many are the wounds of war that scar these lands.
Caras Gelebren, the Silver Bastion, must be cleansed of the hostile forces that inhabit it. I care not what creatures they be. If they wish harm to the elves or to the places held dear to my people, they must be defeated. Alright, I will defeat them then. What about you?
Well met. Are you heading west?
Heading west, you mean into... no, I'm not going into the Wade Water at the moment. Sorry about that. If you want me to kill turtles, I'm not doing it. Okay, I'll skip the turtle quest.
Mind my words, traveler.
A Megavanen. Over the water, a bit away from here, is Gualkruban, home of vicious... oh. Never mind. Alright, so I need to defeat foes, of course, defeat wargs, and climb a sloping path. I guess I could do those tasks. Actually, I almost missed this quest.
Alas for Caras Gelebren. Alas for the Meodine.
Caras Gelebren lies in ruins, but it is a place of much significance to the elves, and we should not allow uruks or other hateful creatures to despoil its once proud lanes. Can I ask that you scout several approaches to the city? Gotcha. Alright. Find the bridge north, find the riverbank southwest, and find the slope southeast. And I have to go to the southeast slope anyway, I believe, in order to do my other tasks. So we'll start with that. Then we can worry about the rest of the stuff afterwards. And looks like we've got an uruk up there. And another one right up here. There you go. And that is one for you. I am really missing Firepot. Alright. That's the thing is, at this level where you've got all these skills you would just love to use, and half of them are on one line and half of them are on another. Oh well. Maybe after my class quest I could see about spending a couple more levels in yellow, even though I think I only spent one level in last time I tried. Alright, let's up this way. The bodies of 2 uruks lie here in the grass. Looks like he was shot by an arrow. And this one was shot by an arrow. Oops. I hear somebody up ahead.
Those are my arrows. Return them to me and I can slay more uruks.
I think that is in everyone's interest, is it not? Well, I don't think it's in the interest of the uruks, but I'm not too interested in their interests anyway, so alright. And let's see. Ooh, a bracelet.
I am pleased to see we share a purpose. Or at least we have our hatred of orc kind in common.
My name is Bregaleth. I came from the distant Imladris on a journey of my own, but hearing of uruks abroad in Eregion caused me to divert my steps. Now I slay the creatures whenever I meet them, and will bring word of them that I have seen back to Elrond when I am no more. Yes, these uruks speak of a wizard called Saruman as leading them. That is most concerning, but a dead uruk serves no master. Let us call the creatures that stalk the ruins of Caras Gelebren, and afterwards we shall discuss if they spoke truth or falsehood. Alright, fine. So I need to kill 10 uruks. Unless I need to kill 8 more creatures, though that's sort of moot considering that I'll need to Barliman, Butterbur. Oh, okay, I'll worry about the mail later on. And anyway, that's for the class quest. So, oh, I better be careful here. Oops, I don't want to accidentally find myself in Buckland. Alright, let me take this over here. Put this with the rest of my travel skills. Good. And that way, if I ever need to go to Buckland for some reason, I'll have a means to do so. Now, up the slope, find some uruks, of which I found 1. Find 9 more, and we'll be set. And here's... Actually, he's a Dunlending, not an uruk. But some people want me to kill any foes, so that'll work. Hey, you. I should have this all done in no time. I think word's gotten around that I'm here and they all ran away. Well, here's one. That's 9. And what do you have? The last uruk clutched a piece of parchment in one hand. Oh? What's this? Mohai! Frolic issue nigar anguch. Gamot mamodenu gelagiras of the devil. I can't read a bit of this. Never mind. Let's see if our elf can translate it. Is there any chance that you know anything about the Black Speech?
Slaying uruks may be its own reward, but finding a clue to their purpose here is even better.
I understand you found a report from one of the creatures. It gives me no joy to read the Black Speech, but it is much worse to speak than it is to read. Here's what the report says in a language that does not cruelly twist my tongue. Warriors, scout the old forges in Holeen. Find relics of elvish jewel craft. I want not worthless trash. I desire lore. The elves made rings here. I wish to find their lost artisan knowledge. Oh, this is worse than I expected, Pine Sea. For some unfathomable purpose, Saruman the White has betrayed us all. He seeks the ring lore of Eregion, and he has sent these uruks to obtain it. And based on your reaction there, that's not a good thing. Let's take that.
The elves of Eregion were deceived before by gifts and promises of secret knowledge.
It was a lesson that was hard learned, but I have spent these many years believing that this be true. We learned it well. Indeed, I say we, for I dwelt in Celebrimbor's city in those days. It was a grand sight of art and learning, its wide green lawns and smooth stone lanes to be found on both sides of the river. Mirabel it was, the jewel town, and Caras Gelebren, the silver bastion. It was a welcoming place. Too welcoming. I ask you to return to the city above and see the state of it. There may be artifacts within it that we should keep from the uruks and from their master, whether he be a wizard or no. I will examine whatever you find and judge if there is still any danger for the elves amongst the bones of Celebrimbor's citadel, or only grief still to be found. Alright. Then back into the city. Ooh. What's this? Other than something pulsing and glowing. Which obviously means I need to look at it. This once beautiful pillar of Caras Gelebren is now a sad reminder of war. Ooh. This chest? Alright. This plate? This ancient plate is covered with a spider web of cracks, rendering it unusable. And a wooden chest. Now, how about this way for the second one? Though I'll probably kill an uruk or two along the way. The second one appears to be on this island. After we take care of the uruks that have decided to invade it. Now, let's see. We have here... Alright. Let's do on this end. We have... This once proud statue of Celebrimbor now lies half buried in the earth. And an aged hammer. This hammer, worn with age, nearly falls apart in your hand. Well, that's not going to be doing anyone any good. How do we do against... the one that's a Siggy? Hey, get to use a finisher! Ah, I see our final destination up ahead. And we have a lamppost. A fallen lamppost, of course. None of the lamps that illuminated Caras Gelebren by night remained standing. And a pouch. This small pouch now contains only dust and splinters of rock. Well, I guess I have to report on this. I was thinking of checking the bridge on my way back, but it's a long way down. Too bad this isn't a good enough spot in which to do some scouting, because I can see it quite clearly. I hope you weren't expecting me to carry the statue I found.
These are sad reminders of times long past.
They're sad reminders, but they're surely not what Saruman seeks in this place. In my heart, I know what he searches. It is Ringlore that he desires, the same knowledge with which the builders of the city were ensnared. If he finds it, I fear that he would work great evil upon the lands of the peoples of Middle-earth. Argolet gazes into the horizon, obscured by distant fog. From the hilltop above you hear the harsh calls of Orckind, even more in the wind. After a moment the elf warrior turns back to you. I will tell you the tale of the Jewel Town and the Silver Bastion, so that you will know how we were deceived, and you will know why I must not happen again. It is of Antheron I must speak, the giver of gifts, but you will know him by another name, for he is Sauron, and he is the enemy. The enemy.
After the fall of Baleriond, most of my people came to live in the land of Lindon to the west.
We lived under the benevolent rule of Gil-galad. Bonds of friendship were made with the dwarves of Eredluin, but a thriving trade in metal and gems with the people dwindled as the Longbeards suffered war and disaster of their own. Yearning for Mithril to fashion into the works of art and beauty, many of the Noldor followed the dwarves as they journeyed eastward. Led by Celebrimbor, descended to Feanor, the elves settled in the holly-covered hills beneath the west gate of Khazad-dûm. There was once again friendship and trade between elf and dwarf, and Celebrimbor's city of Eregion thrived. Eregion was still a young kingdom when the men of Numenor arrived. Tar Aldarion, the king, sailed up the river Gwathlo and embarked and explored the Swanfleet on foot. He befriended Celebrimbor and forged alliances with the elf-smiths, and in return they taught amongst his people techniques for armor shaping and the graving of Ithilien and moon runes. In time, Aldarion grew old and came no more to Caras Gelebren, but the friendship between his people and mine endured. The friendship endured, but it was tested. The Numenorians were a seafaring people. Yeah, I can understand seafaring people. And they had long exhausted the forests of their island home. They hungered for timber to build more and mightier ships. The Lady Galadriel, who dwelt for a time in Eregion and often danced amongst the lily-covered waterways, despaired to see the toll taken upon the wide woodlands by Numenorian axes. When the shipbuilders began to dredge her beloved Swanfleet and build dikes sent to channels the water, she entreated Celebrimbor to stop the men of Numenor from harming the land.
It pained Celebrimbor to see the woods and fens so ill-treated, but he did not want to harm his alliance with the men of Numenor.
Celebrimbor counseled them to take greater care with the land, but his words were not heeded. Galadriel's sorrow became too great, and she turned her attention to Lorelindorn and other distant lands. Celebrimbor gave up the wood as lost, turning all his attention to the skill towards mastering his craft. Together, Celebrimbor and his fellowship of jewelsmiths became the most renowned workers of riches in all of Middle-earth. If they could not halt the slow degradation of the land's beauty, they would at least seek to supplement and preserve it through their craft. And so, they were ensnared. Let's see what this story is about. Which is what we'll do in the next episode of River and Sea.